Now, Eni Aluko is been a bit of a pulverising figure, shall we say, in the football media world. And he's someone that should ideally, in a perfect world, be celebrated. Someone that's come through women's football, that's broke down the barriers of the media industry and made a name for herself in sports broadcasting as a whole. That the likes of TalkSport, Sky Sports, multiple newspapers all had her, obviously online, writing articles, you name it, she's been there. So on the face of it, it should be such a positive story that a woman footballer has made the transition this seamlessly into the male-dominated football field. However, that's not the case. Now, although there probably is some prejudice in there with certain people making comments online on Twitter, as an example, which obviously you usually expect, she also doesn't fucking help herself. So I'm going to play a clip in a minute as an excerpt from when she was on TalkSport earlier on today. I think it's on either the 26th or 27th of June this happened. She's talking about Declan Rice's potential move to Arsenal and Man City getting involved in it as well. I'm just going to play the clip for you now, just so you've got the full context there. So take a listen.
There's a lot of cat and mouse going on here. As a sporting director, I used to do this a lot. So I used to call up a big club, and say, right, can you put in a bid in? And that would get my owner to basically put a higher bid in. It's a bit like an auction, isn't it? I don't think Manchester City actually want to sign Declan Rice. I think what's going on here is Arteta's picked up the phone to Pep, said, listen, Arsenal are going to do the sort of incremental bid approach. If you put a higher bid in, that will push my owner to I think there's a bit of that going on here.
What, for speed then? They just want it to happen quicker?
Well, for speed, but to get the deal done. Because, West Ham obviously want a certain valuation. I think I read 120 million.
Why don't Arsenal just go and pay it then?
Well, this is the thing. I don't know why Arsenal are doing this incremental approach, but it says to me that Man City coming in sort of later on, it feels like they're trying to, it's going to help Arsenal. Because the fans are going to get on it now and say, hold on a second, Declan Rice, if you let Declan Rice go to Man City when he was our number one target, that says a lot about Arsenal.
So just for a bit of context, start off with, when she's talking about her sporting director role, that was talking about Aston Villa, where she left a couple of years ago to take a role over in the United States. However, two major points from this one. The first one is the idiotic take itself. Why on earth would Man City be going out of their way to help Arsenal strengthen one of their main rivals? Where is the logic behind that? There's no sense whatsoever. Who would get in touch from Arsenal to Man City? Go, hey, United lads, how are you doing? Oh yeah, by the way, we're trying to strengthen one of your targets. Do you mind putting a fake bid in just so we can get it done a bit quicker? Yeah, cheers lads, God bless. In what world would that happen? It won't. It never would, never will. So I mean, that in itself is the most idiotic take I think I've ever seen. Secondly, which is probably a bit more incriminating than the first one, it's potential fraud. She just admitted on live radio that she lied to her boss over at Aston Villa a few years back for the women's team, was in a sporting director role, where she got in touch with another club that obviously is not named, to put in a false bid to try and get her own deal put through quicker, which is then obviously impacting on the Aston Villa Football Club on a whole as well. It's spending more money in a player that they don't really need to be spending more on. And the fact that she lied and knew about it through the whole process, which is incredible. I'm not sure if it is illegal or if it's just highly immoral, so I'm not going to start throwing any allegations about it or anything like that, because I know it could obviously come back on me. And listen, I don't want that in my life. But it is incredibly suspect, the fact that she's just admitted that, as if she's bragging on live radio as well, which is insane for a former footballer to do. And just brag about it as if it's just, oh, yeah, I did this, by the way. Yeah, I lied. Fraud. What are you going to do? Like, madness. Absolute madness. Don't know what her method of thinking was there. But it's insane nonetheless. So let me know in the comments what you think about this clip. Should she be sacked? Should she keep on going? Now, this isn't a hit piece on Eni Aluko herself, because I think the more female pundits we get in the male-dominated game, the better. Obviously, the likes of Emma Hayes, Alex Scott, have been on punditry so many times, have been absolutely fantastic, time and time again. Jill Scott, another example of that. But I just feel like Eni Aluko, at the minute, is doing more harm than good. The constant sort of lies that she comes out with, it is a bit strange. So let me know what you think in the comments. Should she be carry on given different jobs? Should she be given a slap on the wrist? Should be taken to court for something that as serious as that potential fraud allegation that she just brought on herself out of absolutely nowhere. But let me know in the comments. Anything that you want me to cover over the next couple of days, or even a previous video that's been doing the rounds in the footballing universe the past few weeks, let me know. I'll do a bit of research, a bit more context to it, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, speak to you soon, guys. God bless, and yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.